Alright guys, we're here again with great news. Ackie clutch number 2 of the season, hence the gloves. It just got laid, so my beautiful female is all wrinkly and tiny. What I've done already is I've got them into this little hold box. You can see how small she is. Hopefully, we'll see. I don't know about lighting. Yeah. So you can see how small she is. She's all wrinkly, and somebody's walking in my door.
Dude, I was sent home putting together cages, and I get a call saying Ackie eggs. I'm ready for some Ackie eggs. Let's get them.
Ackie action. Let's do it.
It's actually awesome.
Is it awesome?
Yes.
How many thumbs up? How many thumbs up do we get for Ackie eggs?
10.
Dude, that's 10 thumbs up?
Real quick before everyone freaks out, I have my Ackies, I have some new substrate, I'm using cocoa coir, 30% sand mixture, a little bit of dirt, we'll see what happens. I have them on a small heat pad with a thermostat, just to keep the ground at 100 degrees. It's about what it is right now, so they don't get too cold. It keeps them cycling right, and I'm gonna give them a little bit of food when we get them back into the cage that we're gonna revamp slightly because we learned new information since we built that cage, and let's do it.
Last time, I wasn't here for the Ackie eggs. This time, I wasn't missing it for the world. I can't wait to get in these guys, see what they laid. Hopefully she had a good clutch. She was looking huge. Corey's been keeping me updated. I stop by every once in a while to check on them because I absolutely love these Ackies and want to see them doing a good job. So, without further ado, got your digging tools?
Oh, yeah, hands. I mean, it's an egg. I'm not going after it with a shovel like, oh, one pop, let's start there.
All right, get your man hands in there. I see you got your gloves on.
So you can see, I've removed everything from the cage already. They've been digging down here. There's tunnels that run through. So I'm gonna start here because right here is the deepest part. If you want to get around this side, you can actually see one of their tunnels. I went to burrow and I
can't see the viewfinder, but if you can.
Bam.
Nice.
So that's actually one of their tunnels. It's hollow right here. And they'll dig down there, they'll disappear for 2 days where it's nice and humid and come out looking beautiful.
What do you think, buddy?
Good.
Good? You think good?
It's better than last time.
I like good.
And his green tree python, he said okay at best. Open up of another tunnel.
Yeah. Just a little bit. You see where they're going.
Yep. It is amazing how much these guys actually tunnel when you give them an opportunity to.
Yep, and that's why we need more substrate. Originally we built this cage because we had 3 Ackies and we're like, uh-oh.
Pointing at your face.
Yeah, originally we built this cage because we had 3 Ackies and we were like, oh, well, let's quick build them something, get them something going. And that way we can at least get them temperature, humidity, everything right. When we first got them, they were kind of missing some toes. So we wanted to get them in something that kept them a little more humid. Shortly after building this, we learned that we should have had at least a foot of substrate. So the last cage we built for them definitely has a foot of substrate. This one we're going to modify to get more substrate in there. That way they can have more of a heating and humidity gradient. It's a good thing for them. And like anyone else, we learn just like anyone, so.
Alright, and thanks to you guys in the comments too, because one of you guys that commented actually got in communication with me and sent me a link to some Ackie forums, which is way better than like the LLL reptile stuff that I was basing everything off of, and from what I was originally researching online. So hopefully, I know there's another guy, Professor Herp, that is in love with his Ackies, has a really nice Tegu set up over there.
Man, you really want to set up a Tegu?
Yeah, but he actually has a Tegu too, so that's not even wrong. He's got some really nice Ackie setups over there.
I'm sick of hearing you talking. I want to see some Ackie eggs. What are we doing here?
Yep, found one.
Yeah.
We got first egg!
Alright. So as you can see, it looks a lot like the bottom of the cage, which is why I keep getting excited. Where are we at?
86.64 degrees.
Which might be a little off because we've been digging, so I'm sure the temperature's changed, the cage has been open, so...
84 to 86 is what they are.
Yeah, so that's usually where they lay. Alright, so we got one. We got a box to put them in?
Yes. Let me go grab that.
Use this.
No.
No, we have a special box, buddy, that's going to hold the humidity and everything right while it's in the incubator.
Oh. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Duck face. I just didn't know what duck face is. It was great.
You actually said it better than I did. So we have sim containers. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put all of the eggs in here. They have these nice little ribs. You can see my last video. And we're gonna do the exact same thing as we did in the last one. Make sure those are down. Just regular tap water that I ran through a Brita filter, and I've had this in my humidity, and I've had this in my incubator for the last 2 weeks too. So everything's temperature regulated. It's exactly what my incubator is. It's gonna change a little bit because it's gonna be out for a minute, but it's at least a good start. So, good idea to do.
It's in Jurassic Park. I know how this works.
I want to hold it.
Nope, you can't hold these eggs because very important to keep these eggs pointed upright, specifically with python eggs more so than monitor eggs. But if you keep them upright, their little embryo attaches to the top, and if you roll it over, then they're at the bottom, and then they don't breathe.
Drown.
Yep. So then they never develop.
There's another one next to it.
All right, so real quick, everybody here, what's the egg count? I'm guessing 9.
I'm
What do you
7.
got? You got 7? How many?
no, I mean
11.
You're gonna go 11.
Either 7 or 11.
What other franchise would you like to go with?
11. I think 8.
8. Christian's got 8.
I'm going 9. We're gonna beat last.
And
I
me?
changed my mind.
I'm going 11. I think we're just gonna hit
I
11.
changed my mind. I think it's 10.
10. All right. So we have a lot of guesses. Let's see what we get. Hopefully this will all be in super fast speed or whatever Christian calls it. Take number 3.
All right, guys. So that's it. 2 clutches of 8 eggs each. We've had 16 total eggs. One of them in the last clutch was infertile and desiccated over the first week. So I went ahead and removed that before it started to mold. We have another 8 eggs in the incubator. So let's go get this wrapped up and stuff. Yeah.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I was super excited to come over here and find some eggs. I've never dug for Ackie eggs before. It was really cool.
Last time the eggs were almost right at the bottom. They were only about 1/2 inch above the surface of the bottom of the cage. So this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna add extra boundaries to give about an extra 3 inches of substrate, and we're gonna switch all this dirt and sand mixture all the way over to cocoa coir, a little bit of dirt, and 30% sand in it. So let's get to digging. And you can see a big misconception is humidity levels for Ackies. This top is a nice dry layer, but this bottom is actually clumpable. It's nice and moist, and that's where they get a lot of their humidity. So you can't really see because it collapses as I grab it, but there's tunnels back here that they dig through. And when they dig through the tunnels, they actually go in here at night like this, and that's where they get a lot of their humidity for their proper sheds. So you'll see when they start to shed, they'll actually disappear for a while.
How long does it usually take for them to shed? When they go into a shed? Because I know most lizards, like my tegu, takes like a couple weeks to shed.
It really does. You'll
So
see like my male right now has been half in shed for the last week. He's starting to really come out of it now, so he's got a large piece missing, and over the next 3 or 4 days. But it takes 2 to 3 weeks sometimes for them to actually get the shed off, because sometimes they're being lazy because they're pregnant.
Yeah.
And when they're pregnant, they're not running around all that much, so.
Yeah, I know the dude at my house is pretty lazy. He's been about a week and a half where half of his body is shed, half hasn't. I made sure the soil's all nice and damp and moist, but...
And that's a cool part about all this too, is you'll see him actually disappear for like 2 days, and when you don't see him for like 2 days, he'll come back out perfectly clean with a brand new shed, because he gets tired of having that stuck shed, burrows right down into the dirt, boom! Sim container, 6 holes, 5 of them covered up with fancy tape, due October 24th, 120 days from today, give or take 2 weeks, we don't know. We're gonna run this incubator and find out. Hopefully September 2nd is our due date for clutch number 1. That's what? That's less than 2 months apart, isn't it? September 2nd to October.
Yeah, shoot them out.
That's less than 2 months. Best case scenario, I was what?
Yeah, she still looks healthy.
Less than 2 months apart, she laid her 2nd clutch. So with any luck, that means she's gonna lay many more this year. So it would be awesome if we got up to 4 clutches. I was really hoping for 2 solid clutches, maybe even 3 on the good end. But with the way she's laying and how early it is in the season, we may even get a third, fourth, maybe even fifth. Probably not. But what do you think?
What do I think? I think as long as she looks healthy, we'll keep breeding her. As long as she's holding weight and everything, she'll keep going.
And the cool thing is, we never even had to take out and reintroduce the male. As soon as she laid eggs last time, he was back to breeding her. Alright, Christian's dead. Things are in there. Put these in the... I'm going to put these in the incubator. I'm going to dig out the rest of that dirt.
This is where I'm going to go home. He's pulled out the eggs. Everything looks great. So what Corey's going to do, he's going to take some extra PVC that we have. He's going to revamp the cage to make sure they have enough substrate. Because as you can tell, right now they're all the way down by the bottom. They shouldn't be all the way down by the bottom. They should have a little bit more of a comfort zone. So he's going to get that cage fixed up to kind of make it better for the animals. I'm going to go home, continue making cages for you guys, and probably go to bed.
Here are my little ackies in their wonderful new enclosure. You can see they're starting to shed really well. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Oh, hello. These things are amazing. Throwing it out there, they're my favorite pet lizard. They are this social. Bam. Every time. So here's the new cage. It's been a few days later. The substrate started to settle, so I'm going to go ahead and add more. I'm mixing some more up right now. So I added a few shelves in here for them to climb on. They're already basking in it all day. I see them up there all the time, which is awesome. I really like these. It's a good idea. They're just some 2x4s that if they start to mold, anything starts to happen, I can go ahead, just unscrew them, remove them, throw them away, grab a new one. Quick, easy, simple. God knows I like that best. I have a whole bunch of these hides that we had laying around from all of our old snake setups. So I threw that in there. Our substrate is absolutely perfect right now. So this is 150-pound bag of sand, 1.5 20-pound bricks of cocoa coir that I ordered, and 1.5 bags of topsoil with no fertilizers, anything like that. It's working out great. You can see they love it. We put in this bar that adds an extra 3-inch gap. So the substrate's up to just about 9 inches on the inside. It's got 10 inches from here to the bottom. So I'm going to add a little bit more substrate so they have a little bit more digging room. You can see that the sheds that these guys are having are already starting to come off. By barely having any dirt, you can see how pretty they look when they're not all dirty. So the colors are going to be absolutely insane. I can't wait to see them after they finish shedding out and have all their pretty non-dirt colors. So they're going to get prettier and prettier and prettier and prettier, and I love it. I can't wait to see you guys. I'm so glad you're healthy and you love your cage. So these guys are my little buddies. I hang out with them every single day. They're absolutely social. You can see no qualms. They love me. I love them.